Hi, welcome to my kitchen and thank you for coming and cooking with me, Andrea. Today we're going to be making a Reuben. First of all, I wanted to show you my beautiful corned beef. I took a 4-pound corned beef and I put it in my crock pot, submerged it in water and its seasoning that it comes with, and I cooked it on high for about 10 and a half hours. Came out like this. I let it cool. I cut half, put it in the refrigerator so it would be our portion for our Reubens, and then the other portion I actually put it in the freezer. Guess what? In my vacuum seal bag, so next time we come back and we have corned beef, it'll be the other half and it'll be nice and fresh. So today we're going to do our Reuben. It's going to be corned beef, and then it'll be I have some sauerkraut here, and I have 4 pieces of Swiss cheese. And then I have my wonderful San Francisco sourdough bread. Normally a Reuben is cooked on rye, but I always tell people, use the breads that you like. Use the breads the family will eat, because breads and things are expensive. Our family, we like rye very little. My parents didn't really introduce it to us too much, but I remember them eating Reubens on rye. But I'm not a big rye fan, and either is my family. So what we do is we eat it on sourdough. So that's Andrea's Reuben. That's why it has to be mine. I guess I'm the picky person, so everything is always Andrea. So it'll have Thousand Islands dressing, and then a little bit of butter on the outside to grill it, with some parmesan on the outside just to make it even a little bit more crunchy and add just a little bit of texture and flavor. I always believe parmesan on the outside of the bread brings a little bit more flavor. And then I'm going to take my trusty, you guessed it, pan blast from the past, and I'm going to cook it in that. So just wanted to let you know, I'm going to go to my slicer, which I believe every family should have a slicer, so you can buy whole meats, cook them, and then shred them. I'm going to do it really paper thin. So we'll be back after I have everything cut, and then we'll assemble and cook the sandwich. Okay, welcome back. Got the corned beef cut nice and thin. When I make sandwiches, I like my sandwich meat really super thin. I leave a lot of my seasons on. If I see a big one though, I pick it out, but you don't have to. It's part of the seasoning. Doesn't offend me if I get a crunch, but if you didn't like that, just make sure you wash off your corned beef before you cut it. But I do like the flavor of it. And anything I don't use for sandwiches today, I'll probably make a corned beef and a corned beef hash with some fresh fried potatoes and so forth. So basically I buttered my San Francisco sourdough bread, and then I put the parmesan. I leave it like this though for a minute so it gets on each side. Yum. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and I'm going to put down my cheese. I am going to actually kind of cut my cheese a little bit like this. Haha, made a joke, cut the cheese. We're going to cut the cheese. Here we go. This is Swiss cheese. I do it this way so that it's all nice and even. And I'm going to put it right down, right like this on my hot pan. Now I'm going to go ahead and take my sandwich, start layering my corned beef, and I just do it like that so everything gets a chance to become nice and hot. And I am just going to put it on, and I've got some fine pieces, but because of my cheese being on there and my sauerkraut, everything will just marry together perfectly well. I'm sure if you make them this sandwich, nobody will complain in your household. You can also cut your corned beef a little bit thicker than I did mine. But like I said, I do not like it that way. So I do not want mine done that way. So I'm going to put the 2 pieces of cheese on here like this so that it sticks to my corned beef. And then when it's time for me to flip this sandwich over, not only that, the reason I do it that way is this is where my Thousand Island dressing will go. So I'm going to go ahead and go like that. I'm going to put my sauerkraut right on top. Use as much or as little as you want. It doesn't matter. I put a healthy dose on there just so I could go like that, and then what I'm going to do is take off any extra corned beef or my sauerkraut, because all it'll do is make my pan spit. You know, it doesn't like the wet on the heat. Okay, I'm going to just check. It was on 275. I put it up to 300. So now what we're going to do is I am just picking the sauerkraut out of my corned beef. This was about 2.5 pounds. So we're good there. Let's mix this all up. We're just going to let that continue to sizzle. That's a good sizzle. Really good sizzle. Now I'm going to check it here real fast. Oh gosh, beautiful. You're going to turn it right over like that. Any corned beef that falls out, just go ahead and scoop it like this, throw it back on. Absolutely delicious. Careful, corned beef will spit at you. It will spit. It's got enough liquid in it until it's real hot and it's juicy. So it will spit at you, so be careful. But look at the crust on that sandwich is absolutely gorgeous. After this thing is nice and warm, the only thing we have to do is put the Thousand Island dressing on there and it would be just perfectly fine. But boy, I sure do like that crust. Smelling delicious. Let's just check this side. Good, good, good. Coming along really nice and fast. So, this is an easy sandwich to make. If you can find the corned beef on sale, very inexpensive. Otherwise, corned beef is very expensive. That's why I always make sure that I get a bigger one, cut it in halves or thirds, so that I can make, you know, we traditionally make corned beef and cabbage. Or I do a Brussels sprout, potato, corn, and corned beef, and it's more like a soup. So, but we try to make several different meals, but we traditionally love our Reubens, our corned beef sandwiches. Oh my gosh, sometimes we don't even want our corned beef sandwiches hot. We want them nice and cold. We go ahead and cook our corned beef, and we slice it, and then we just take a piece of sourdough or whatever bread we have on hand, and we just make cold sandwiches. A little bit of mustard for the guys. And then we eat it just like that, corned beef, mustard, and it is so delicious. Oh my gosh, this looks absolutely gorgeous. One more minute, and then we will go ahead and put the dressing on, and we shall serve our sandwich. So it's fast and easy once you get the corned beef done, once you put in the work. But one thing good about the way I make the corned beef is if you put it in the crock pot, even working moms and dads and grandparents will be able to make their family a nice sandwich. Wow, look at that crust again. Now see, this is the crust on the other side. I could tell the cheese is melting. It looks delicious, and that's what we want. And like I said, once you do the initial work, not hard to do it all. Pairs well with some fresh French fries, a little salad, potato salad, whatever you're craving that night. A lot of times now that summer's coming, we'll eat sandwiches and so forth because it's filling because of the size of them, and it's good. We love the meat, so it's good protein for you. And then we'll just do a nice salad. Our gardens are growing, so now we are, you know, harvesting snap peas, lettuce, romaine lettuce, all sorts of things from our garden, cucumbers and so forth. So we're real lucky we'll be able to have those salads with our dinners, and it'll be perfect because it's warm outside. Okay, here we go. We are done. I'm just going to flip my pan off. Boy, this skillet comes in handy. It works so well. This is the way my Reuben looks. Isn't that beautiful? Now what I do is I'm going to put a little bit of Thousand Islands. And that's how it looks. I want to show you so that you see how easy this is. And you could put the Thousand Island dressing on beforehand if you'd like. Sometimes I just do it this way. And because I'm showing you, I want you to see it doesn't take too much time. Not only that, if honestly, I'm not a big Thousand Islands person. If I didn't really want it, I can control it by not putting it on after the fact. You know, I always try to come up with ideas for people and families because at different stages in the kid's life, they don't like to eat certain things. So, and then some of us just don't like certain things. But I want everybody to be able to try it at least, and then you make the decision. I always encourage, even myself as picky as I am, to try it. And then if you don't like it, hey, have it plain, no problem. So this is our beautiful Reuben. We are ready to eat. Do you see how big this sandwich is? Boy, you sure could share that sandwich with a big fat salad or with some French fries or homemade French fries. We love to make homemade French fries with our sandwiches. But I want you to enjoy your Reuben Andrea's way. So thank you very much. If you like the content, if you please like and subscribe, I'd be super grateful. Once again, enjoy your Reuben.